Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Scribe.
Hello, Monkey from undisclosed location. You're sounding better tonight, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'm not feeling any better at all. And your Lord of Pennies. Say hi, Satsu.
Hi, Satsu.
And your Lord of something. Say hi, Sinatra.
Penis gun.
Penis gun.
Okay.
Hi.
And you were there for that part last night, Sat. Oh, wait. He was probably busy, wasn't he?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about, but I'll take it. Whatever.
He showed a picture of a firearm he's interested in. And what was
Oh,
he
yeah.
said?
Yeah.
I was like, this gun is definitely compensation for a small penis.
Yes. It's just like a giant, dirty, hairy revolver, man. It's
dirty. All right. Yeah.
huge. How you doing tonight, Scribbles?
Well, you are the Lord of Pain, are you not?
Yeah, I think that's in my voice. Thank you, Diesel Dave. Damn it, YouTube, fix your shit. I agree, YouTube. Please fix your shit.
What did they do now?
I'm not notifying
didn't
people.
warn 'em. Yeah.
I am well. I spent the morning hanging out with my sister, and congratulations of her great leveraging of a job offer from another company into getting herself a super duper raise at her current company and keeping her job. Had some breakfast, ran around, did some shopping, hung out. It was a nice time. And here I am.
All right. And Satsu, how you doing, man?
I'll be doing a lot better if we could stream tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be fucking great. I didn't get a chance to do a test earlier, but I am proud of myself because my first attempt trying to make like homemade Salisbury steak went fucking flawlessly. So I'm happy about that.
Beautiful. And Sinatra, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I've noticed an issue with the tubs. That's what I thought they were talking about.
Issue with tubs.
Yeah, the
What?
U-Cubs.
What?
What
The
is
U-Cubs? YouTubes.
Oh,
Oh,
dear
Stop talking
God.
in code.
Speak
Yeah.
English, man.
That damn tub code.
I am still feeling sick. I took a nap, y'all. And I woke up. I think I had my toes all balled up the whole time I was napping because the joints in my toes hurt.
Was Lady Monkey in there with you?
No.
Hmm.
I was probably dreaming about her, though, because my toes were tightly curled, apparently. Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button, you guys, and share our stuff. All four of us do stuff that you can share. And you should do that because YouTube won't fix their shit. Do we have anything to talk about? Oh, we should talk about what happened last night. We weren't able to stream the game stream last night. Satsu's internet was acting up, so hopefully we'll be able to do that tonight. So look forward to that.
yes. But expect disappointment, guys. Live by my philosophy. Nothing will ever go good unless it does.
And if not, Alex Simeon will be out on the prowl again. So we'll keep you informed on that. Anything else we need to talk about, guys? All righty. Scribbles, was there news today?
Oh, no, NGO.
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
You got a super chat.
I do. Where?
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I
you saw
did.
that way before us.
It's been on my screen for like 30 seconds now.
Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. Your voice sounds somewhat normal, Monkey. Yeah, what
Yeah.
the heck? Yeah, I didn't see that until after Satsu said, oh,
I am in the future.
I know Scribe said it, and then it popped up like 5 seconds later. So
all right.
Well, let's talk about some, I guess, unfortunate irony, let's say. Because, regardless of who it happens to, I don't particularly approve of it. Journalist Andy No beaten up by Antifa activists at Portland protest.
I'm going to throw a link in the chat that someone who has a really similar style to Nick Monroe put a good thread together.
All right. An Oregon photojournalist who covers Portland's frequently violent protest scene was taken to the hospital Saturday after being attacked by black masked Antifa activists. Andy No, an editor at the online platform Quillette, said he was struck on the head and face, quote, multiple times, unquote, by Antifa protesters who also threw objects and a milkshake at him as he tried to walk away. The milkshake may have been filled with quick-dry concrete, depending on the story.
And that shit burns.
Yeah, amongst also like concussion. The attack, recorded in part by the Oregonian and posted on Twitter, came during Saturday's Rose City Antifa counter-protest against a rally held by the far-right group Proud Boys in downtown Portland. Mr. No had bloody cuts and bruises on his face, and his hair and shirt were covered with milkshake, maybe, as shown in a video he posted on Twitter shortly after the assault. Quote, I just got beat up by the crowd, no police at all in the middle of the street, Mr. No said in the post, and they stole my GoPro and they punched me several times in my face and head, and I'm bleeding. He was shown being treated by authorities and later tweeted that he had been transported to the hospital. There's an addendum to this that was in a different story. Let me find it real quick here because this adds a little bit of extra flavor to this situation. Now, this comes from a site called vdare.com. So, you know, take it for what you will, but it says, Portland mayor refuses to protect journalists and public from Antifa rioters. Mm-hmm. We call it anarcho-tyranny when police won't let you defend yourself, but won't enforce the law against actual criminals. We saw it in Charlottesville, and you can see it happening in Portland to Andy No below, and the man responsible is Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler. Wheeler has previously given the okay to police to stand down on Antifa rioting, and in spite of the rioting and the attack on No, Wheeler was quoted as saying, quote, I was appalled by what I saw in the video, but I support the Portland Police Bureau's decision not to intervene, unquote.
Dear fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
So would it have been acceptable for the police to intervene if someone pulled out a hammer and just started smashing Antifa in the head? Or what about if someone just pulled out a knife and started stabbing people? Would it have been acceptable?
No, you got to. It might make things worse. That's what we've been told about intervening before.
Yeah, given Wheeler's track record, there's if you go to Matt Christensen's channel and you look up Portland or anything like that as a keyword, he's done several videos chronicling the events in Portland and especially the mayor and his attitude and actions over the last, year or so. Yeah, this does not surprise me at all. And honestly, if someone was seen attacking somebody with a hammer, dollars to donuts, police wouldn't do anything.
Well, I think it depends on who was being attacked.
I don't know.
Yeah, if they were smashing... Oh, God.
Over on Streamlabs, thank you, James Callie, who says, Medicare stream gave me a headache. How does he get so much in Super Chats? He has a lot of fans, and they want to hear him read their name.
He
sorry.
He also doesn't stream that much.
Yeah, relatively. I'll be watching whatever it is later because I don't know the context. I guess he's getting sued by a sovereign citizen or something from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Which is great. I love watching sovereign citizen videos, but I'll talk about that later.
I love lawsuits too.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have on that story.
I think Satsu does have a point though, because if it was an Antifa member getting bashed in the face with a hammer, I think the cops would probably intervene.
I think I want to talk about what the Portland police tweeted out.
Okay.
In response to Andy getting his ass kicked. Police have received information that some of the milkshakes thrown during the demonstration contain quick-drying cement. We are encouraging anyone hit with a substance today to report it to police. How about you do your fucking job when you're out there and you're seeing somebody getting their ass beat?
No, just tell us about it, and we'll verify that you're the right person to get shit thrown on, and then we'll send you on your way. If you are part of Antifa, then we'll make a big stink about it. Then we'll do our jobs and call the media, and they'll be like, oh, white nationalists are attacking peaceful protesters.
Yeah, they're all peaceful protesters, aren't they?
Of course.
What I'm waiting for is for one of the new and hip Justice Democrats to get smacked in the head by a milkshake. That shit's going to come to a stop like that. It's going to be illegal to carry milkshakes around public figures. Why?
No, the articles are just going to start pouring out like, this person threw a milkshake, that person threw a milkshake. Here's why there's a difference.
You get a milkshake, and you get a milkshake, and you get a milkshake.
I think Satsu is actually right on that one.
Spot fucking on. Word.
Dude, the blue checks are just out in force, saying that Andy deserved it. He's a fucking this and that.
Yeah.
Andy, the Asian guy, will be
The Gaysian.
The gay Asian guy, that's right, will be out there and called a horrible white nationalist anytime now.
Yeah.
We have a birthday.
All right.
It is Shroomette's birthday. The original Shroom's wife. It's her birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Shroomette, I hope you're out there and listening. I hope you guys have settled back into your house after all the crap you guys went through with the hurricane. This one is for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
I was not mentally prepared for this.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Y'all lucky I already ate.
Happy birthday, Shroomet.
dear fungus.
On second thought, it's coming back up.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Shroomet. I hope you had a good one.
I hate
I
it.
forgot to take my medicine, y'all.
I
Y'all
just literally took mine. Is that what reminded you? Hear the
I'm
little
guessing.
pill case clink?
I didn't, but maybe I heard it in the back of my brain.
Here, Scribe, I'm going to send you an interesting article that just popped up.
Okay. Well, in lieu of that, how about some political news?
Please.
You like Kamala Harris?
Camel toe, yeah.
Camel toe.
Harris dropped a bomb on Biden that's bigger than politics.
Oh.
Is this about the
Man.
same fucking thing?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. This is from John Blake,
I
who
have a
often
thing for
writes
that.
about. This is by John Blake, who often writes about race and such. So we'll see.
Can you read that headline again?
You're going to do a sound effect, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, my
Harris.
ears.
Yeah, get ready, guys. Harris dropped a bomb on Biden that's bigger than politics.
Perfect.
I can't hear
All
that
right.
now without seeing the gopher.
Yeah.
That's the wrong sound.
Is it?
What?
Yeah, dramatic squirrel is dun dun dun.
Who cares?
It's the same thing.
Before you start, I have a donation from Cryptic over on the Streamlabs. What happens when you throw a Finnish sailor overboard? Helsinki.
Oh God. Yeah. All right.
Well played.
So this article starts with a quote. I don't know the reference from, but maybe he'll explain. Quote: "Black people will forgive anything." Unquote.
Could you imagine writing that for no reason?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so the author continues. I've heard that line from so many black friends and relatives over the years that it's become sort of a running joke. A white governor accused of wearing blackface in a yearbook, we forgive. A white supremacist murders 9 black worshipers in a church, we forgive. Countless big name pastors, countless big name pastors caught with their hands in the collection plate or on a parishioner, we forgive. But when I watched Senator Kamala Harris's exquisite takedown of Joe Biden this week over his past opposition to busing, an odd thought occurred to me. Maybe we are getting tired of being such a forgiving people, and that might not be so bad.
Are we sowing the seeds here?
I don't know. Most commentators portray Harris's exchange with Biden during the second night of the Democratic debate as a potential game changer for the Democratic presidential nomination. But Harris dropped a bomb on Biden that's bigger than politics. She exposed a psychological shift in some parts of the black community that's been building for years. The old days of black people putting up with questionable leaders because they felt like they had no other choice may be over. No more talk about trying to understand white people's racism, forgetting the impact of slavery, moving on from the past because, quote, this is a time of healing. Forgiveness may not always be divine. Sometimes it leads to something worse.
What?
Quote, look at what forgiveness has gotten us. It gave us Trump, said Wes Jackson, a commentator who said he cheered when he saw Harris confront Biden during the debate. Biden not only misread the room, he misread the time.
Forgiveness gave you Obama too, but
Yeah.
you know.
There are two reasons why Harris's attack on Biden left such a deep bruise. Number one, forgiveness fatigue. Okay, when a white supremacist killed 9 worshipers in 2015 during a church service in Charleston, South Carolina, many news accounts focused on a familiar storyline: the decision by some of the survivors to forgive the murderer. It's not hard to understand why they made that choice. Forgiving one's enemy is a core teaching in Christianity. It's also pragmatic. Forgive so you won't be consumed by hatred. That's not quite how forgiveness works in my world, but I'll talk about it later. That belief formed the spiritual backbone of the civil rights movement. I can recall one moment during a church meeting when a white man from South Africa told black members of my church that they could never get ahead in politics unless they seek to understand the racism of white people. One black woman interrupted him and said, quote, "Why do we always have to be the people who have to understand," unquote.
I don't even understand what they're even talking about.
I'm not sure. I'm not black. I don't know. But there's been a shift in thinking since the Charleston shooting. Okay, I call it forgiveness fatigue. You know what this reminds me of? So remember that reparations hearing they had about a week and a half ago?
Mm-hmm.
One of the witnesses during that hearing was a Baptist reverend, and I forget his name. But during the course of his opening remarks or whatever, he said regarding slavery, it's just like, I just want to tell all the white people out there, we forgive you. And of course, the reverend was black. And as soon as he said that, several people in the audience behind him groaned and said, boo. And I was like, I don't think you speak for everybody, Reverend. Not that, anyway. In an article titled, "Why is Forgiveness Always Expected from the Black Community After Violence Occurs?"
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah.
How come everything has to be set under the premise of because of Charleston, because of the white supremacist attack in where the chick got ran over, and because of New Zealand? How come it always has to be under those three things?
Well, because they're useful ammunition, because they're relevant right now, and that's why I say, like,
how is Charleston relevant in anything?
It's the most blatantly unquestionable acts done under the guise of racism. That's right. That's it. Of white supremacy, I should say. White supremacy and or racism, that just blatantly, that was the motivation. Other things are maybe harder to pin down exclusively to that, but those are the biggest incidents lately that you can, because Dylan Roof, he did it because he was a white supremacist. The guy in Charlottesville, he was a white supremacist. New Zealand, that guy was a white supremacist, and so on.
Real quick, thank you, James Colley. Can I get forgiven for calling bullshit because the BLM movement riots wasn't a thing, right? Look, you don't have to forgive white supremacists, but don't blame all white people. Is that too much to ask?
Yes.
I don't know Dylan Roof.
Yeah, but y'all are basically brothers. Look at your skin color.
He's my cousin.
You
say that as a joke, but that's literally how these people think.
Oh, yeah. And that's why I said, that's why they keep bringing up these connections, because it's a sentimental thing that they can use. And I know I realize whenever I say this, it's kind of unfair to say because I can't just make that assessment. But it really seems like these people, whenever a tragedy like that happens, they're like, yes, another bullet in my political gun that I can fire whenever it's convenient.
If this was such a fucking big deal, they would have something else to point to instead of something that happened 4 years ago. If this was such a huge issue, you would have more than 3 things in 4 years.
No, the fact that it happens at all is the only thing that matters.
All right. Well,
yeah.
This article goes on for a long time. I'm not quite sure what the summation here is, except that I guess our author thinks that no more Mr. Nice black community, I guess. I don't know.
You know what? I am okay with them getting upset. I'm fine with it. Let them start rioting. It would be nothing new.
Go super chat.
Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. We don't blame all black people for torturing that. Yeah, right. That kid in Chicago. You're right.
Yeah, I've said it a zillion times about myself and anybody else. I take neither credit nor blame for things I have not done. Long and the short of it. And I apply the same logic to everybody else. If someone who looks like you did X, that does not make you accountable for X. That's unfortunately, I have a second story regarding Kamala Harris and race by a different author at CNN. I don't know what this one's about. Maybe. It won't work. Kamala Harris's campaign slams online attacks on her race.
Oh, the new birther thing is what they're calling this.
Oh, I hadn't heard about this. Senator...
I can't help but feel like this actually isn't happening.
Senator Kamala Harris pushed back Saturday against online attacks about her race, comparing the latest jabs to racism faced by former President Barack Obama as fellow 2020 candidates rallied to her defense. During Thursday's Democratic presidential debate, Donald Trump Jr. tweeted to his millions of followers a Harris critic. Wait, what? Retweeted to his millions of followers a Harris critic, who took issue with her identity. Quote, Kamala Harris is not an American black. She is half Indian and half Jamaican. The critic, who identified as African American, wrote, quote, I'm so sick of people robbing American blacks like myself of our history. It's disgusting. Now using it for debate time at Dem Debate 2. These are my people, not her people. Freaking disgusting. I think you got it reversed there, Buckaroo.
Huh. Your
people? What does that mean? Were you elected? Are you a representative of them somehow?
Isn't it hilarious how it's always the social activists that are, or the racial activists that are racist as fuck?
It is not an American black. She is half Indian and half Jamaican. Okay. Trump Jr. shared the tweet with the comment, is this true? Wow, unquote. He has since deleted the tweet, and a spokesman for President Donald Trump's son told the New York Times that it was a misunderstanding. Quote, Don's tweet was simply him asking if it was true that Kamala Harris was half Indian because it's not something he had ever heard before. Kamala, dude. Or Kamala, however you say it. Anyway. And once he saw that folks were misconstruing the intent of his tweet, he quickly deleted it, unquote. Okay, I already have my answer to this question. Does it matter?
No. Not in reality, it
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But we're in the oppression Olympics, man. Yeah. She ain't a real black because she... I thought Jamaican people were black.
No, they're British.
They're still black.
Yeah, but they're British, so they're not African.
Yeah, and how racist was that original tweet? Like, you're not a real black person. You're not a real American black, even though she was born in this country, and not that it fucking matters what her fucking.
Yeah, and see, that is my only real problem with the story is they keep talking about the birther thing, and this isn't a birther thing.
No, it's a racist thing. It's a racial it's a racial purity thing.
It's a jingoist thing.
Actually,
asking her about her being born here.
We have to use the proper word because black people have a different word. It's called colorism. Remember?
Colorism.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, and her blood is not pure. I just, oh God, it drives me nuts.
You know. It wasn't said in that. I was hoping it would be said in this article, but apparently, because do you guys remember the argument between Kamala and Biden and the whole busing thing?
Yes.
It came out yesterday that in an article for NPR, he once supported a constitutional amendment to end busing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I saw a thing that said Biden was down 10 points.
Yeah, he gonna pay for being a racist in the past. Good job, Joey.
How about a bittersweet story that at least had a happy ending kind of thing?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Thieves take sick boy's special gift then return it with an apology. An autistic 5-year-old boy with a brain tumor will get back his bejeweled replica wrestling belt after a pair of repentant thieves learned of his plight. For the Vicks of Seaford, Delaware. Vicks of Seaford is apparently a town name. All right, no. Vicks is the Vicks are the family name. Okay, for the Vicks of Seaford, Delaware.
Did they capitalize Vicks?
Yes, they did.
Sounds like a band name.
The way that it was constructed, I thought they were talking about it. Anyway,
Seth, you want to start a band named the Vicks of Seaford?
Sure.
Professional wrestling is a family affair, according to Timothy Vick Sr., whose son Timmy was diagnosed with the tumor in October. It's just a big family thing. Timmy's parents sought to soften news of the illness by saving money to purchase a special gift for the boy, a replica WWE Championship title belt. To make the belt appear more authentic, the parents connected via Facebook with belt designer Sergio Morena in Washington. Morena said he offered to do the work free of charge, replacing the plastic gems with cubic zirconia and thickening the plates. Quote, "It'll be as close to the original belt that he sees on TV every say?" I'm reading as it's written. TV every say than any other belt he could buy in the market, Morena said. The Vicks shipped the belt across the country, with the packaging being left on Morena's porch earlier this week. His door view camera then captured 2 thieves stealing the package. But days after police released images of the thieves and local media told Timmy's story, the 2 women returned to Morena's home with the belt and a 4-page handwritten note of apology. Quote, they say they were, they say they were homeless drug addicts and thought they could make a few extra dollars off of whatever was in the boxes, he recalled. I could see the looks on their faces, that they were very, very sad, and they had been crying. Morena said he hugged the women and asked them to take care. He said he would be hesitant to file charges as long as the women seek help. Quote, I don't see any other way to do it because everybody has something in their lives they're dealing with, he said. The note from the women said, quote, we are so sorry for taking your stuff. Never in a million years would I have stolen from a sick 5-year-old myself, and I am ashamed of what I did, unquote. Well, if it hadn't been a sick 5-year-old, would he return the stuff?
Yeah.
Why did you even steal a fake wrestling belt?
Well, they didn't know it was in the box. They stole the box, so they didn't know what was in it. Oh. They didn't know who it was for. It was just sitting. I mean, the family shipped it across the country for the guy to do the work on it, but he hadn't gotten it yet. The Edgewood Police Department in Washington posted a photo of the wrestling belt on Facebook this week with the message, talk about restoring your faith in humanity. Well, kind of.
No. No, someone stole it.
And if it hadn't been for a sick 5-year-old boy, they wouldn't have brought it back.
Exactly. That's not faith restored.
I mean,
that is conscience. That is a conscience.
Yeah, it's conscience restored, not faith.
Yeah. Speaking of faith, I got one more real quick one that I hadn't heard this before. This is from Elizabeth Warren. Quote, my faith animates all that I do.
Okay.
Senator Elizabeth Warren, who does not usually speak about her faith on the campaign trail, talked at length on Saturday morning at the Rainbow Push Coalition's annual convention in Chicago about the role her faith plays in the decisions she's made in her life. After being introduced by the Reverend Jesse Jackson, who founded the coalition, Warren told a story to the audience about teaching Bible study to 5th graders and read a passage that she said has led to many of the decisions and policies she's crafted since entering office. The Massachusetts senator, who said she practices the Methodist faith, read the King James version of passage Matthew 25 to cheers and applause from the crowd. Quote, for me, there are 3 lessons in that passage, she said. The first is there is a God in every one of us. There is a God in every one of us. Not God in those who look like the Lord. What? Not God just in those who look like the Lord. God in every one of us. There is a God in the children. There is God in the hungry. There is God in those who are in prison. As I traveled this country and I hear from the American people, they share their struggles, they share their fears, they share their concerns, but the people know what is right and they are ready to act. They know that they have been called for such a time. What? They know that they have been called for such a time as this, and they are willing to step up. I am here today to say that none of us is alone in this fight. When I am president, we will answer this call together, unquote.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to have a religious zealot for a president?
If a right winger had that quote floating around, it would be, look, this overly religious person is doing this thing. But since it's Warren, look at her faith, how brave and stunning.
Well, given that she's Indian and she's picked up the white man's religion, I think that's showing that she can reach out.
You know, I would have loved if she just came out on stage in a headdress.
Smoking peyote.
Yeah, that would have made me go, you know what? Maybe she gets it. But no, that none of them get it. Now, if Biden had walked up behind Maisie Williams and just sniffed her, I would have been like, look, he's fucking hilarious.
Over on the Streamlabs, thank you, James Colley. Come on, load up. Sorry, guys, it's taking a second to load here. This sounds like a red-faced lie. And she makes God sound like a pedo. She needs to stop it. There you go. All right. Is that all the stories we had for today?
That's all I had, yeah.
Okay, guys, with that, it's time for MSS News. There's a story you'd like us to take a look at. Excuse me, so sorry. Hit us up at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. We can't get to them all, but that's just because, all of those sounded horrible. Because I couldn't think of something that wasn't horrible. Scribbles?
That's encouraging. All right. This one comes from Frosted Glass.
Do I have to tweet this under the hashtag to get you to see it?
I don't know what you mean.
I sent you a news story in a DM.
I thought you just sent me the Antifa story.
No. It's a different one.
Okay, yeah, tag it.
Right.
I'll get to it again. French online hate speech bill aims to wipe out racist trolling.
Yes, good luck with that.
France's tough new law against online hatred aims to wipe out racist and homophobic trolling on social networks and could be replicated across Europe, according to the politician spearheading it as she faces daily racist abuse on Twitter. Letitia Avia, if I'm saying that correctly, a business lawyer who grew up in the low-income Paris banlieue suburbs, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, of course, because I'm not French, where discrimination is rife, was hailed as a symbol of French diversity when she entered parliament for Emmanuel Macron's centrist party in 2017. But the daily racist abuse and death threats against her on social networks pushed her to draw up a law to stop trolls feeling they have, quote, total impunity, unquote, for saying online what would be more easily prosecuted as hate speech in the street. Quote, we cannot tolerate on the internet what we won't tolerate in the street, unquote, Avia told The Guardian. If you're on a bus and someone gets up and shouts dirty black, everyone would ask the bus driver to remove that person from the bus. This law will mean that blatantly hateful content must be taken down from a social network site within 24 hours. The online hatred bill will be debated by the French parliament next week and could be fast-tracked into force in the autumn.
So this is a bill in France.
Yes.
That would affect American social media companies?
Or at least the French, conceivably in some fashion, yeah.
Why don't these social media companies just tell these places to go fuck themselves?
Because they agree.
Because they can't.
Yeah.
Why can't they? I mean, let's ignore the fact that they are okay with this. But if they weren't, why wouldn't they just tell France to go fuck themselves? You either deal with it or we don't allow you on the platform.
Because they want the people on the platform.
Yep, it's market share. They can't afford to lose the advertising or the reach.
Talking about turning it away. How many millions of people?
They're just French, so probably like two.
Two
whole people.
It's her and the person who's harassing her.
Exactly. That's the two people on the fucking internet in France. Just one woman and someone calling her a fucking jackass.
Okay, yucky story. This one comes from Massive Dynamics. Croydon stabbing. Pregnant woman killed and man arrested.
Ugh.
A woman who was about 8 months pregnant has been stabbed to death in South London. The woman, 26, was found with stab wounds at a home in Raymead Avenue, Thornton Heath, Croydon, because London towns have to have 3 names, and pronounced dead at the scene. Scotland Yard said her baby had been delivered by paramedics and taken to hospital. The child remains in a critical condition. A 37-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of murder. Detective Chief Inspector Mick Norman described the stabbing as a horrific incident and said the force's sympathies go out to the woman's devastated family. Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, tweeted that his, quote, prayers are with this innocent child and with the mother it has so tragically lost. I'm curious to know more details, but that's all they got right now. Was it the child's father?
I wonder if the baby
Probably.
dies, if they'll get charged with a double homicide.
I would
If they
think
were able
so.
to deliver, yeah.
Let's see. This one comes from Ashley May. Dems gave $27 million to children of illegal immigrants, not veterans. And this is from April 10th of this year. So sorry, Ashley, it's a bit dated. Let me get a couple more here before I scroll back to the top. This one comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier. Texas woman banned from Walmart after eating half a cake and then demanding to pay half price.
Don't they sell half cakes?
Yeah.
You can just ask for it. Anyway, a Texas woman has been banned from her local Walmart after police say she ate half a cake and refused to pay for the missing portion. Wichita Falls police were called to a Walmart on Greenbrier Road just after 8:00 p.m. Tuesday after receiving calls that a woman walked around the store eating half of a cake and refusing to pay for the whole item. The suspect, who has not been identified, entered the bakery section of the store and proceeded to eat half of a cake while walking through the aisles. Once at the register, the woman demanded half off because she was only buying half a cake. Police say she refused to pay for the missing half of the cake despite eating it on her way to checkout. She ultimately paid for the whole cake once police arrived and was barred from the store for theft.
What
As
is wrong with people?
As Wichita falls, so falls Wichita Falls.
That is hilarious.
I wish we could have a transcript of that conversation.
I mean, they sell half cakes, just not half eaten cakes.
So was it a quarter? Was it a quarter cake?
Maybe.
All right.
I have so many questions.
All right, we'll do this one from Sinatra real quick. This one, let's see. This is from Big League Politics. Am I allowed to read this story? I guess, or at least for the moment. New threat. Antifa plans acid attack on DC free speech rally, promises to blind attendees. Oh, good. Let's see. A man, possibly a Rolling Stone journalist who writes favorably about Antifa, has threatened to attack attendees of the Demand Free Speech rally with, quote, muriatic acid, wax, and balloons on July 6th in Washington, D.C. A man, possibly a Rolling Stone journalist? Okay.
I think that's the way of saying a Rolling Stone journalist, but we can't say it.
The threats were made on a popular right-wing Telegram channel. Telegram? Is that something else? I don't know what that is. A user with the name Pound on Your Boy, wow, made several threats against the rally, prompting co-organizer Enrique Tarrio to contact the FBI and DHS, who are now planning to provide additional security to the event. Over the course of about 10 minutes last night, the Pound on Your Boy account asked how the DC event is coming along and referenced muriatic acid multiple times. Quote, I just want to toss as many balloons of muriatic acid in the faces of as many Proud Boys as I can. I just want to blind as many of you cocksuckers as possible. By the way, person who wrote this article, when you're putting in, oh, maybe that was a joke. You know, when you quote something that was quoted, even though they spelled things incorrectly, you put the little bracket, SIC bracket, to say that that is just how it was originally rendered. The author put in SICK. So maybe that's just an inside joke to the whole acid thing, but I don't know. Telegram. I never heard of Telegram before, but there you go.
That is another shining example of the morally superior being morally superior.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I didn't even know there was such a thing coming on July 6th, but now I'll have to pay attention. Okay. This one comes from New Fate 26. Marianne Williamson echoes Andrew Yang, says her mic was, quote, not on during NBC debate. Well, more likely, Marianne, they just didn't call on you that often because it took, what, like half the show before they finally asked her a question?
I'm sorry. Ain't that the crazy chick again?
Yeah.
I don't believe shit she says.
Marianne Williamson has echoed her fellow 2020 candidate Andrew Yang, complaining that her mic was not on during Thursday night's Democratic primary debate. Williamson was interacting with fans on Twitter late Friday and was asked about the rumors that mics weren't working for certain candidates. She confirmed that she was one of them. Quote, as much fun as I've had laughing at all the understandable, hilarious tweets about me today, the mic issue was not funny, and yes, it did happen, she tweeted. I tried a couple of times to jump in, and my mic was not on, particularly wanted in on the subject of race. NBC News did not immediately respond to Fox News' request for a comment, but previously denied any mics were tampered with in response to Yang's claim. Quote, at no point during the debate was any candidate's microphone turned off or muted, NBC News said in a statement. Okay.
We can see Yang having trouble trying to talk. So I don't know about Marianne because we heard a lot from her after she did finally get a question. She wouldn't shut the fuck up. But his definitely seemed to be not working properly.
This one comes from Issy Untitled. Vice News, oh my God. Quote, stick with beer, unquote. Why counterfeit booze might be killing people in the Dominican Republic. Oh, is this what they're going to blame all those deaths at that resort on? Okay. Of the 10 Americans who have mysteriously died during their trips to the Dominican Republic in the last year, 9 showed symptoms commonly associated with methanol poisoning.
Whoa.
Now, both Dominican authorities and the FBI are looking into a counterfeit alcohol as the possible culprit. The 9 victims died from either pulmonary edema, the medical term for fluid in the lungs, or of a heart attack. At least 4 of them had drunk an alcoholic beverage at resorts in Punta Cana, Santo Domingo, and La Romana shortly before their deaths, according to loved ones. In addition to the recent deaths, a number of other tourists, including 47 of the 114 Jimmy Buffett fans visiting the Caribbean island for a group trip, said they became sick during their stay at a resort on the island. Quote, I think what the authorities are investigating is what we in science call a credible hypothesis at this point, said Leanne Jacobs, a food microbiologist at North Carolina State University. Quote, if it were the right chemicals, it could result in many of the symptoms we've seen in many of the victims who have died, unquote. During a normal distillation process, alcohol producers perform a series of steps to isolate ethanol, the form of alcohol that's safe to drink, from the more toxic compounds. But without regulation, those producers might cut corners to reduce costs, which can be deadly. One of the byproducts of fermentation, methanol, gets people just as drunk as normal alcohol, but lethally damages the liver, the optic nerve, and neurological and respiratory systems. Oftentimes, once the consumer starts to notice they don't feel right, it's too late to reverse the effects.
Damn.
Shit.
So that's at the Planet Hollywood there that they were having that problem?
I think it was resorts.
It was various resorts, so they might all be trafficking in bad alcohol.
Oh, because last time I saw, they were all linked to one one place. So
No, these are different. These are different towns, but it's along the same area, I guess.
You know, I was doing Tucker Tuesday, and he had a representative from the Dominican Republic on, and the guy was like, "Americans eat and drink too much. Maybe they're overeating and dying." Swear, that's what he said.
yeah, that's all it is. Mad Max had a birthday yesterday, and we weren't on. So we were on. Why didn't you tell? Where were you yesterday, Max?
Wait,
Max?
Mel Gibson had a birthday?
Yes, Mel Gibson is our chat and wants us to sing to him.
Wow, Mel, I loved you in The Beaver.
Mad Max, this one is going to be for you. A day late, but we didn't know. Sorry. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Birthday and shit.
Happy birthday to you.
Should have been here yesterday.
Happy birthday, dear Max.
Well, I'm not kidding. You didn't miss anything.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yesterday. And thank you, Darkshade, who says, I loved me and the Beaver. That's a dirty
Darkshade,
joke.
you make more?
Ha 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 ha. Let's see. What else do I have here? This one comes from Signal Boost. It also takes me to a different link. Okay. French nudists threaten to strip off in public pools amid row with Muslim burkini bathers.
Wow.
That's a little going overboard.
Okay. Let's see. It comes as the French city of Grenoble temporarily closed down 2 swimming pools in the middle of a scorching heat wave that has gripped Europe. It was in response to a number of Muslim women who were spotted swimming there in burkinis, breaking the ban on these types of garments. And now residents have started a group called Everyone Naked, calling for people in the city to go to the pool naked in a challenge to the so-called Burkini Brigade. Hundreds of people have already said they intend on stripping off in public, although the number that actually does could be much higher. The women in burkinis visited the 2 pools in Grenoble as part of a campaign by Alliance Chitienne. I know I'm fucking that up. A civil rights NGO, which is challenging the ban on full-body swimwear on the grounds it is discriminatory. Each of the women in the Muslim swimsuits was then fined 35 euros. Adrian Roux, the national head of the Citizens Alliance, claimed the ban is targeting women on the basis of their religious beliefs. Well, it is, I suppose. So, yeah.
Real quick, Non-Vite Rex, thank you so much. Your Morton Joe impression is spot on, Scribe.
I tried. I don't think I did a very good job, but thank you.
And thank you, Darkshade. Not that she knows about.
The beaver? Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. And Jerry Mathers as the beaver. Let's see what time we got. Okay. We talked about that one. Okay, this one comes from Sean Uli. I think this is a happy story, maybe. Am I allowed to read this one too? Okay. 9 Central American migrants faced dire peril when their makeshift rafts capsized in the rain-swollen Rio Grande. Border Patrol agents were their only hope. Okay. This is the author talking. We were on a ride-along Friday with U.S. Border Patrol agent Brady Weikel when we heard a call on the radio. A group of migrants was crossing the Rio Grande. Weikel and agent in charge Brian Kemet drove us to the river about 3 miles away so we could see for ourselves. We expected to observe a routine crossing, the kind that happens dozens of times every day in this part of the U.S.-Mexico border. Instead, we witnessed a dangerous rescue. The Border Patrol vehicle approached the banks of the river. My colleague Bob Owen, a San Antonio Express news photographer, and I heard shouting. Our hearts began to race. We leaped out of the vehicle. 4 adults and 5 children were trying to navigate the rain-swollen Rio Grande in inflatable children's pools. The makeshift rafts had capsized, and the migrants were floundering in the cold, fast-moving water, trying to grip the floats. Border Patrol agents already on the scene threw ropes with rescue devices into the river. Quote, grab the bags, they shouted. A 7-year-old boy was struggling in the current. He screamed. His head went underwater. 4 other migrants reached for the ropes as their float drifted downriver. Near the U.S. shore, a panicked mother lifted her sons, ages 2 and 4, into the agent's hands. The current, meanwhile, was pulling the 7-year-old farther from his float and farther underwater. Agent Weichel jumped into the river. His feet couldn't reach the bottom, so he grabbed the carrizo cane on the riverbank for support as he hauled the boy out of the water. All 9 migrants survived. Quote, I didn't even think about it, said Weichel, 40, who has a 7-year-old son of his own. Quote, the mom had the kid over here and she lost him and he was drifting off. I didn't want to wait. Weichel has been with the Border Patrol for nearly 19 years and is Assistant Chief Patrol Agent and spokesman for the Del Rio sector. He had not set out that day with a rescue in mind. He was escorting Owen and me around Eagle Pass, a border city 130 miles southwest of San Antonio. It goes on to a bunch of details about their trip. So had to risk his life in order to save a kid who was put there by parents. I'm glad everyone is alive. Those parents should be thrown in fucking prison and their kids should be put with somebody who actually gives a shit about their welfare.
Now, why would you want to see immigrants in jail, Scribe? Why don't you like immigrants, Scribe?
They should have pushed them back to the other side. All right, we got you.
Any parent in this country who would put their child at such obvious risk would be indicted.
Yep.
And there's no reason why they should not be either. Regardless of what their motivations were in doing so, that does not somehow excuse them from putting a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old into a fast-moving, freezing river on kiddie pools as rafts.
You say that like it's dangerous, man.
And if those border guys hadn't been there at exactly that time for the report, who knows? All the kids could have died if that mother was trying to throw them to safety or something. For fuck's sake. Anyway. Okay, I think I'm done reading stories.
Yeah, I feel you. Thank you, Lady Gopher. Monkey is out of YouTube jail. Ramen, thank you so much. And Johnny Hellcat, break out the catapult. Here's the launcher right back. Guys, that's going to bring us to the end of MSS News. Thank you so much for the submissions. You guys complete me. It's time for our YouTube's time. And Satsu, what did you do?
I made a bunch of thumbnails for a bunch of videos I have in the queue, so I can get those ready to go once they're timed to go. I edited a video today on unboxing of the cast iron skillets that I bought. I bought some pretty cheap ones because I wanted to experiment on how to properly season them, and I didn't want to do that with an expensive one. So I'm like, I'm gonna buy these cheap ones. Keep trying to figure out how to do this properly because apparently it's very easy to fuck up. And once I get it right, then I'll probably invest in a more expensive one. But yeah, that unboxing video. I also had an unboxing video for my for the wok. I bought a nice carbon steel wok that I'm going to be using. And yeah, that's it. I was supposed to test my fucking stream capabilities, but neglected to do that. So tonight should be fun, but we'll see.
Alrighty, and Scribbles, what'd you did?
Well, I did a little experiment over on my non-author dark channel. I did a quick live stream. I didn't know I could live stream on that channel. I thought I had to have more subscribers or something. It's still not monetized, but that's beside the point. As I've mentioned several times, I'm sure over the last couple of weeks, I've been in sort of a creative malaise or something. And about a year ago, I wrote up a sort of a background treatment on maybe a setting I would write a story in, sort of a, I'm calling it analog punk rather than cyberpunk because it's not very technological. And I've been struggling with what to do with that, try to write a story in some fashion, but I just wanted to effectively get it off my chest and offer it up just for as a mental experiment or something for other people, or maybe to kick myself in the pants to do something with it. So I went over on my other channel because it didn't really belong on my main channel, and just read my treatment and gave some more, details around my thought process on the thing, and just invited people like, hey, what do you think about this? Or if this inspires you to write a story or run a role-playing game or something using this setting, go for it. Let me know what you think. Just a little odd sort of stream of consciousness thing. So that's what I did today.
Cool beans. Sinatra, what'd you work on?
I'm working on a creepypasta that's going to come out tomorrow called Weird Shit I've Seen as a Marine. It's a good one. One of the first ones I ever listened to. And also, I put out a video today talking about Twitter's censorship. They're going to flag tweets that they feel are in the public interest but still break the rules.
Right.
And I've noticed that across the board, everyone's views and subscribers and all that is way, way down. Like, I average maybe 100 to 200 new subscribers a day. And since Thursday, it's been under 100. Today, it's barely going to be 22.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I don't know what they did since Thursday. Like, here, last Sunday, I got 411 subscribers. And every day since, it's dropped a little. But, from Sunday to Wednesday, it went from 400 to 200. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's all been under 100. So I don't know what. And I looked at other people's channels. I looked at Tim Pool's, James Alsop, Red Elephants. Everyone's views are down. So I don't know what YouTube did, but make sure you guys share out content you enjoy.
Please share content.
Yeah.
Let's see, what did I did? I was over on my second channel. On Monkey Gaming, we introduced Alex Simeon, y'all. Alex Simeon's over there. He's a whore. He's a man whore. He's on a mission to impregnate all the women of the town. He's starting with the pregnant ladies first. He's knocked up a couple. There's some cucky men out there raising my children in the Sims world. But you guys should come hang out. It's a lot of fun. I entertain myself at the very least. But there's a lot of people who've been over there, coming over and subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. Trying to get to that 1,000 so I can monetize it, so YouTube can say that I can't monetize any of my stuff there. But I appreciate everybody coming over and watching it. Impregnating pregnant women. I did actually impregnate a pregnant woman today, Faithless. I'm not sure how. But in The Sims, when you woohoo and you're trying for a baby, it plays a little Rockabye Baby when they're pregnant. And I was like, okay, I was going to have them woohoo again. I heard the Rockabye Baby, but let's have them woohoo again. And you could try for a baby a second time. I was like, huh. So I did that, and it played the Rockabye Baby again. I'm like, did I just double impregnate her? Only one baby popped out. Yeah. Only one baby popped out.
In the chat, someone said Sargon's down from 24,000 subs to 3,000.
Jesus.
And I'm looking at my sub feed, and I see Tim Pool uploaded 5 hours ago, and it's got 144,000 views. He usually hits 100,000 views in the first 2 hours, so I don't know what YouTube is doing, but it's fucked.
Did you try impregnating a man in the game? No.
You should.
Alex Simeon is a straight man. He's a straight, horrible human being. Don't try to Don't try to make him a gay, horrible human being.
You can be straight and still date a woman with a penis.
You can be, but Alex is not into that. So
It's a feminine penis.
I'll be continuing my 7 days series over there, but every now and then I'll sprinkle in the Sims too, because I'm just having fun over there. I'm just amusing myself and hopefully everyone else. And with that, I believe it's fucketry time. It's the fucketry time. Satsu, what you got for the fucketries?
The one thing I did see was related to the story that we talked about first of the dude being attacked or whatever. There was somebody. What's her fucking name? Like Sarah or whatever on Twitter. She saw one of the messages that I guess some blue check mark put up saying that that dude like actively goes around and antagonizes people, but she still condemned him being attacked. But it was more like, you know, this guy knows what he's doing. He knew the type of people he was fucking with, and they attacked him. What did he think was going to happen? It was like one of those.
Victim blame.
She seemed to be upset about it, but then, like, I don't know. For me, because she did explicitly condemn the attack, and then she said she had elaborated in a later tweet saying, like, you know, this shit is wrong. It's fucked up. Like, people, you shouldn't do this. You make us look bad or whatever. But she still, you know, held to the narrative, like, you know, this is. He's provocative. He goes out and he fucks with people or whatever. He got attacked, and I'm like, I don't have a problem with that position, and I don't think it's victim blaming either. In this instance, because she still condemned the act, but she still pointed out, just like if we say, like, if a motherfucker walks into a cage with a lion with a meat suit on, it's like, yeah, it sucks you got attacked by that lion, but you were in a fucking lion cage with a meat suit on. You know, and I'm like, it's basically the same thing. But yeah, she did. Oh, go ahead.
I guess he should have warned that if he didn't want it.
I was going to say, you know, I mean, I can understand that notion, but then you'd be condemning war reporters and things like that. I mean, if he's a journalist and he's going into a dangerous place on a report on something that Joe Average can't get into, yeah, he accepted the risk, certainly. But, you know, I don't see the victim blaming making a lot of sense either. But
yeah, that's what I was saying. I like, because the person who I was looking at in particular, like specifically, they were like, wow, like, why don't you just fucking say he deserved it? And I'm like, well, I feel like that's not really fair, because she did explicitly condemn it and say that it's not right. But once again, she pointed out the fact that, yeah, he was in the shit, so he got some on him. I'm like, well, all right.
Real quick, Johnny Hellcat says this is where Patrice's fish metaphor fits in. I'm not familiar with that.
Tuna and sharks in the ocean. It's a long metaphor.
Look, I would agree with her assessment if maybe I just haven't seen enough of Andrew while he's recording, but usually he just records.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I don't know if that's true or not. I couldn't verify if he is like provocative and out there, you know, fucking with people. But I'm like, under that premise,
he's not.
On his Twitter and stuff, he's absolutely provocative about it. And that's why a lot of these people know him by name. Mm-hmm. You'll see them call him Andy when he goes out and films. Yeah, he was just recording, and Scribe's journalist thing there, war journalist, is actually a really good thing. Except for usually, you know, in war, they put on a little journalist thing and everybody leaves them the hell alone.
Yeah, relatively. But yeah, but we don't have those.
But I see your point. I mean, yeah, it's like if you're gonna go to a frat house wearing nothing at 4 o'clock in the morning, drunk, and somebody touches your no spot. It's not right for them to do it. But what did you expect to happen? I get that that thinking, but yeah, still, it shouldn't happen. He shouldn't have got beat up like that. And
I'm sorry, I got to disagree with you there.
Sure, go ahead.
The fuck was that? I got to disagree with you, because you're accepting the premise that he knew what he was doing. He did know what he was doing. He's a journalist, despite whether he's this side or that side. The fact that he's getting fucking his shit kicked in just because he's recording this stuff is wrong.
It is wrong. It is wrong. I'm not saying it's not wrong.
There's no buts about it. You're saying, but
no. If you put yourself in a bad situation, and he's been at this long enough, he knows he was put in a bad situation. He just had something like this happen to him a month or two ago. And again, it's not right that it happened. The Tim Pool deals with it's getting to the point where it is getting dangerous for him to be there. And that's not right that it's dangerous for him to be there. That's the Portland police's fault.
Well, they didn't do anything.
They didn't do jack. Well, that's not true, Sinatra. They told you if you got hit with quick cement to please tell them.
That's true. Yeah.
Come on, also, they're working hard.
Also, too, like it's just a matter of the fact of the situation. Like, and we can't sit here and say unless he truly believed, like unless he went out there and was just like, I hear these Antifa people are really good people who have very cordial conversations and don't beat your ass in public. Like he went out there knowing that Antifa is shit and they will beat your ass and not to say, like I said, he deserved it, but he wasn't ignorant of that fact.
I don't think he deserved it at all, but he knew where he was going and that this was a risk he was taking. And Andrew, seriously, you might want to start wearing a helmet, bud. Yeah, this has been happening to you more and more, and it's just going to keep happening, especially now that you're national news and your name is out there.
It's your favorite neighbors.
They look for these guys at these things. Hi, Shelly.
Monkey says hi. I swear to God, I'm going to shoot the fucks.
And with the police officer and with the police saying, look the other way, they're just like, yeah, I mean.
It's dangerous out there in Portland, man. I'd just say normal people leave Portland.
Yeah, just let the
commies have it.
Yeah. Dude, the takes on Andy getting fucked up are so hot.
Him getting fucked up is just wrong. Every one of those people who was involved in that deserves to be in prison right now.
I'm saying the takes on Twitter are
I get you. I know what you're talking about, but
and speaking of Twitter, do you guys have a thing where any bit of media you post is immediately labeled as a sensitive material?
I don't post much media.
If that's happened, I haven't seen it. Do you see it on your end when you do it?
Yeah, I get the little picture like in my notifications. It's like the picture with the big exclamation point in it.
Wow.
Is that on the web? Is that on the browser app or the regular app?
Browser.
Yeah, I use the app, so I don't know if that shows up on the app. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I don't mind.
I posted a screenshot of a donation I got, and Twitter labeled it as sensitive.
Oh, well, probably because of the risk of there being some type of personal information on it, maybe.
No, it just says your channel is fantastic and the censorship is BS. Keep it up.
Well, yeah, the algorithm, though, is probably like, that looks fishy. This looks like a picture that had personal information on it before.
I don't know. But I've seen other people complaining about it.
Yeah, it's...
Okay, and Grayson says Tim Pool refuses to go back to Portland and doesn't allow his staff at Subverse to go there either. Makes sense. Yeah. Satsu, did you have more?
That was pretty much it.
Scribbles, you got some fucking trees?
No, actually not really. Between hanging out with my sister and then just kind of chilling for the afternoon, I didn't really go through the Twitters all that much.
Alrighty, what about you, Sinatra?
Well, except for dude, I fucking swear to God, I'm gonna be that neighbor who calls the cops.
Is that fireworks again?
No, across the street. It's 10 o'clock at night. They're setting off fireworks and riding their bike up and down the driveway. I fucking hate these neighbors. Does that count as fucketry?
Kind of. It's not internet fucketry, but it's definitely fucketry.
Well, don't tweet about it, and then it'll be internet fucketry.
There you go.
I do have some internet fucketry. Last night, there was son of a bitch. There was an independent article from London. It said, donkey retired after giving children rides for 25 years is stabbed in London.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
Someone stabbed this fucking donkey.
Who stabs a donkey?
And then Shrek appeared and killed them.
I assume it's Asian men. I mean, it's London.
Oh, God.
But besides that, just the fucking nuclear takes on Andy No getting his ass kicked. Like, Dankula posted a good compilation of people. I'm going to read off a couple. This is amazing. LMFAO. It's good that this happens. Lamau owned. I cannot stop masturbating to this. Ha 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 ha. You look like shit, bro. You went to antagonize them and you knew they were targeting you. This is exactly what you wanted. Ha 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 ha. Yes. Owned. Lamau. Hilarious. Lamau. Breaking. Fascist asks for it and gets it. Yes, the fascist gay journalist.
Yeah, he's the fascist.
A bunch of white middle-class people in Portland kicked a person of color's ass.
Gay person of color.
He's like 2/3 of the way to the top of the liberal oppression point scale. They kicked his ass, and now he's asking for it. And then now they're saying, you know, this is just going to escalate. It's just going to get worse. Well, okay, so logically, what's the next step?
Death.
Scribe, I sent you that article about them wanting to bring acid to a fucking free speech rally.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is that the next step? Are you going to bring acid to a free speech rally, then act like a victim when one of you guys get put in a body bag?
Well, that's the same thing that happened at Charlottesville. That whole thing where, you know, we got that lady who died or whatever, but I'm just like, y'all went there to do the exact same thing.
But you know what? If you dared to say that she was asking for it, she knew what she was getting into when she went there, you would be dogpiled by these progressive activists in a split second.
For the record, I have said that about her. Real quick, Cryptic, thank you. Tell Sinatra to stop fucking calling Middle Eastern fuckers Asians. We prefer dogs.
I'm just...
He's using the British tabloid terminology.
Yeah. He said we prefer dogs.
No, I have said that about all of every time this kind of shit happens, anytime you got these people clashing and stuff like this, especially if you're going to a counter protest, you know what you went there for. So I don't understand why the police don't get involved. That's the part that bothers me with all of this.
Fear told them not to.
Yeah, and I understand. Okay, I get why. I just don't understand why. You know what I mean?
McGinnis said it, but I think it. Oof, little indigestion there. Sorry. Gavin McGinnis said this, but I think it's really starting to ring true now. It's not fuck the police. It's fuck the police's boss, because they're the ones who are telling the cops not to do anything.
Yeah.
And again, I need to know what the next logical step is. So what? You're going to beat up someone else who's going to come back with their brother and kick your ass, or come back with a bat, or come back with a gun and put 6 of you out?
This was from what we read earlier, this was a counter protest to the Proud Boys having a rally.
Yep.
The logical step is the Proud Boys.
And then when the Proud Boys get involved, they're Nazis, evil racist Nazis.
Indeed.
I think it's a lose-lose for the cops, though, especially since they give a fuck about their, their image is so important or whatever. Because chances are, if somebody gets caught fucking somebody up, it's probably going to be an Antifa person, and they're going to have to do something about it. There's a 95% chance that person's going to be black. And if that person gives them any shit or resists them and something pops off and they have to take care of it, what is the narrative going to be?
Well, it wasn't too long ago, maybe a year and a half or 2 years, that there was a black journalist. I forget his name, but he was a right-wing black journalist, and he was recording a rather small Antifa rally. And this, you know what I'm talking about, then. This transgender woman starts getting in his face, and transgender woman. So it was a guy pretending to be a woman, or was it? It was a woman pretending to be a guy.
Transgender man.
Yes. And he starts getting in this guy's face, and the guy's like, "Don't fucking touch me. Just don't. It's going to be better for everyone if you don't." So the guy hits the other guy, hits the black guy. And then the black guy just unloads and kicks this fucking tranny guy's ass. And the narrative was right-wing journalist attacks transgender Antifa member.
Yeah.
Even though the right-wing journalist was the one who got hit first, tried to walk away, and did his best to de-escalate the situation. It was still his fault in the journalist.
Yeah, man.
Circles.
It sucks. I'd hate to be, and that's why I said I would hate to be a cop in this day and age.
Yes, Stargazer got it. Airline World and more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Airline World. Yep. Man, I haven't heard about him in a while. He used to have the best videos on this shit.
Yeah, he was very good.
Did you have any other fuckage there, Sinatra?
Let me just double check my Twitter profile. Dude, I swear to God. Oh, yeah. Antifa journalist Kid O'Connell says, fuck around and find out, an Antifa proverb. That is funny.
They're asking for vigilante justice. They really, really are.
But you know what? When they get vigilante justice, they are the victims.
I understand that. But somebody's going to end up shot.
That's what they want.
Someone was already shot. Do you not remember this?
Yeah, that was it was a very, very small story, though.
Yeah, it was at a Milo Yiannopoulos protest.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Well, they're waiting to make a sacrifice. They're waiting for that shit because
they thought it was going to be Heather Heyer, but it didn't work out that way.
No, we're going to see somebody get attacked like Noah was today and pull out a gun and be like, "Fuck with me again." And it's getting dangerous out there, man. Stay away from Portland, people. Portland
and DC.
DC, you're right.
Or get a drone.
Yeah, there's that too. Get a drone.
This woman posted on Twitter, said liberals wear bikinis better.
Oh God.
Can I share this picture?
Yeah, go ahead. I saw it earlier.
Yeah,
it's not that bad.
There's the picture. She said liberals wear bikinis better, but if you look right in the crook of her arm right there, it's a track mark.
And that's not a bikini.
No, it's not. That's
it's shorts and the sports bra.
No, that's a beater. Look, it's tied up right there.
Okay.
But she just got ratio all hell.
That's not a bikini.
She just said, also, we don't know what bikinis are.
I can show you all kinds of women that I follow who wear bikinis in their pictures and be like, no, you don't.
This was one of the responses. Very good. But yeah, that's that. She got ratio to all hell. That's about it. That's all I got.
You know, I'm glad you ended there because do you guys remember the story we read last night about the shaving company that's encouraging not shaving?
They go out of business.
No. I read that
night out of business.
I listened to the story last night, but I didn't pull it up myself. So when I read it this morning, I got to see the pictures that were involved in that story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my God. It's fucking disgusting. Now, here's the thing. And I want to throw this out there to any of you women who don't want to shave your crotch, because that's what this was about. It was about don't shave your crotch. You don't have to shave your crotch. But if you're not going to, wear shorts like the chick in that picture, the track mark bitch.
Yeah, so it just looks like you have a dick instead of fucking.
Look, the one chick's bush was going halfway down her leg.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh God, Sinatra, I'll put the story into chat again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see this.
Yeah, this would be a great one for your ghost poo, especially if you use the pictures. That's the tweet that was sent to us, and you can get to the story from there. It's this razor company that last year started encouraging women that they don't have to shave their armpits, but if you do, use our product. What's it called? Bliss? Yeah.
Dude, this reminds me of
you saw the pictures.
One time I was at a strip club, and Shelly and I were there, and there was this black girl dancing on stage. And I was like, Shelly, look at her bush. Her bush was hanging out of the side of the stripper outfit. No. Looked like spider legs crawling out.
Look, you women, if you don't want to shave, you don't have to shave. Just put on more clothing. That's what you do. That's why men don't have to shave our bush, is because we're not running around in a fucking piece of cloth that barely covers your lips, ladies.
Dude, this is bad.
Isn't that gross? Anyway, but there was one line in there about how not shaving was empowering. About growing your pubes was empowering.
Yes,
And
allowing your body to do something that it naturally does without interference is
and it hit me. How many things have we heard lately now that women's bodies do naturally that's empowering? It's your period is empowering. Growing pubic hair is empowering. It's not.
Never having kids, though. You never hear having kids like something that's actually empowering. You never hear that's empowering.
The ability to have them is empowering. That they can create life, that's empowering, but not actually having them. Yeah, exactly, Jack. That's what I was getting. Feminist. I did nothing, and I feel so empowered. Yes, I don't get it, but that seems to be the push lately. And yeah, I just had a little question about that on Twitter. But my real Twitter fucketry happened as soon as I woke up today, y'all. I woke up and I was locked from my Twitter account.
Oh, I was going to ask you about this.
I was locked from my
slut.
2 fucking years ago, 2 goddamn years ago, I replied to somebody who was arguing with me about vegan gains. And I'm actually going to put this on the screen so y'all can see it. I'm not making this shit up. You can see the context I was obviously talking in. I got locked and had to delete this post. I said, dude, he said it. If there's a retard and a cow and no other food source, he'd see no issue eating the retard. I wasn't calling anybody a retard. I wasn't insulting anybody. This came from the vegan gains debate directly. But because it said retard, they made me get rid of it before I was allowed back. And then I go off and I played my Sims game over on my game channel, and I went to go hang out on Bloodwing's stream for a little while. So I go over to Twitter so I can get the link, and my account is locked again for 4 other tweets. And I should have screenshotted those ones, but I didn't. The only one I remember was me saying to somebody, there was a discussion going on, and Blair White had jumped into it, and there were a bunch of people who had a problem with Blair being there. And I had defended her being there in some manner. And they're like, oh, you're just white knighting for her. Like, no, look. And this is what I said. If I thought Blair was being a cunt, I'd tell Blair she's a cunt. I see no problem with her jumping into the conversation here. That's what I said. No insults. And that was something I had to get rid of before I could get back on Twitter again. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
I wonder if someone reported it or Twitter is just retroactively getting rid of shit they don't like.
I haven't heard anybody else getting hit like this, so I'm curious about that. But so guys, keep an eye out. You might be getting hit, but it is funny that this came right after after my post making fun of Democrats yesterday. I threw a poll up asking, of the 20 people on stage, were they Democrats or dirty commies? Dirty commies won. I think it was 88 to 12%, something like that, 86 to 14. But that upset a few people. And then suddenly, yeah, I got a little Twitter slap on the hand today. So we'll see if it's keep an eye out on your own Twitters, that if you've said anything horrible in the past, that you might be getting in trouble. I did go through and delete any instance of me saying retard, because they are very, very, very what's the word?
Adamant.
Cunty about that.
Yeah, that works. I do have one more piece of fucketry.
Well, before I just want to point out that one tweet that I showed you guys was from July 1st, 2017. It has sat on this platform for 2 fucking years before they got upset by it. Go ahead, Sinatra. What else did you have?
You know Hassan Piker, Cenk Uyghur's nephew, the guy.
Oh, I know of him.
Oh, yeah. Damn, I meant to bring this up a while back. Go ahead.
Are you talking about his Andy No Take?
Oh, no. I was talking about him losing his shit and getting all pissed off because his audience was giving him shit for criticizing one of the women on the Democratic panel.
Oh, okay. Is that him?
I didn't know about that. So after I do this, I want to hear that story. He tweeted out, real suspicious that white supremacists literally murder people, but you rarely ever hear about it from these guys. But some dairy hitting his backpack is going to get round-the-clock coverage on Tucker. Yeah, guys, every white supremacist is a literal murderer.
Yeah, some dairy hitting it. That's what happened. So look, now he's talking about people downplaying or not talking about people being killed, which is covered very thoroughly, by the way, almost damn near everywhere. But his representation of a dude getting the shit beat out of him with scars on his face and his body, somebody put milk on his backpack.
Yeah, he's got to get part of his ear sewn back on, but yeah, it's just some dairy hitting his backpack.
Fuck that fucking bitch. I hate that dude. I hate him.
Yeah, he's really a fuck. Okay, what was the other one?
So I can't remember who. What was that, Monkey?
I'm trying to find out. I remember somebody posted the video, and somebody made a YouTube video about this, and I don't remember who. I thought it was Paul Joseph Watson, but it wasn't. Maybe it was Tim.
Yeah, Paul Joseph Watson was the one who pointed it out, if I remember correctly, because he was actually sympathizing with him. Because
well, he was kind of mocking him too.
Well, he was, but it was like imagine having to do this shit all the time, and dude got upset, and he was, what the fuck you mean? And he was like, no, dude, like I'm saying, like it sucks that's happening to you, even though I pointed it out. It's still like that's kind of shitty. But it was funny.
I retweeted it, so I'll throw the tweet into chat. Go ahead. No, you keep going. I'm just going to throw the tweet in here.
Yeah, like the actual video clip is him like going the fuck off. He was like really pissed off. Like, so I criticize straight white men all the time. I talk shit about straight white men, and I say mean things about them, and I say it, and nobody has anything to say. But the moment I criticize a woman, the moment I dare to say something about a woman, y'all want to get mad. Okay, fine. Fuck it. I fucking hate women. How you like that shit?
He went off. He was mad as a motherfucker.
Good for him.
Mad as hell. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, that's only like 40 seconds long if you want to watch it real fast, Sinatra. It's funny as shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this. If he really said that, that might have earned a little bit of respect for him from me.
Nah, he made that bed. He can sleep in it. He'd be all right.
Yeah, I mean, he's helped push this kind of nonsense.
Yeah,
and
sure has.
I didn't read the rest of it. I didn't see where Paul was giving him actual sympathy for it, because I read this and I thought it was funny as shit. Because here's what the tweet says: this young Turks dude is angry because his own audience took his criticism of a female Dem candidate as a sign that he hates women. Imagine having to pander to these people every day. And then he shows the video of Hassan. Yeah, he literally says that at the end. All right, fuck it, I hate women.
And he was going after Amy Klobuchar, who legitimately is a fucking scumbag too.
Yeah, she's a horrible. It was John Ward who made the video. Thank you, Logia.
Okay, I might have to make a video on that too. That's fucking hilarious.
It's amazing. But again, he helped sow that seed. And you ever hear you reap what you sow, you dumb motherfucker?
Yeah, I'm kind of two minds about it, because he's getting attacked by his own, but he's reaping what he sows. So,
well, this is what happens when you pander, when you play pandering politics all the time, when you aren't honest about what you're talking about, when it's, oh my God, you criticize. I wonder how many times, and I'm sure there's clips of it out there somewhere, where this asshole has called somebody misogynist because they attacked, I'm using the air quotes, a woman. I'm positive it's out there, but because he did it, look, hey, I'm one of the good ones. You don't get it, Hassan. There are no good ones. Dude, you're a tool, a means to an end.
That is fucking hilarious. Did you see YouTube drop their new advertiser-friendly guideline thing?
No, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no inappropriate language, profanity in the thumb title tags. Or
I don't do that. Okay.
No repeated use in a hateful or derogatory way. Strong profanity used during the beginning part of the video. Strong profanity used multiple times throughout the video, even if bleeped or for comedy, documentary, news, or educational purposes.
Oh, they're hitting Crowder.
Yeah, that seems to be directed at Crowder and Vincent James.
Or for comedy, huh? That goes. That's Game Grumps fucked. That's fucking Markiplier fucked.
No, that bleeping there is specifically to Crowder. I guarantee it, because he bleeps his swearing.
No sexually explicit content, nudity, or sexually suggestive content. Natural.
This is just advertiser rules, right?
Yeah. Harmful or dangerous acts, inappropriate pranks, challenges, dares, or stunts, body modification, and medical procedures. Example:
Really?
Tongue forking, skin implants, pimple popping, or ingrown toenail removal. Invasive medical procedures, including cosmetic surgery. I wonder if that will apply to trans surgery.
Probably. They'll let it go across everything. I'm wondering about the sexually explicit stuff.
Graphic sexual acts or simulations intended to arouse, sexually explicit text or audio, content that may be interpreted as promoting a sexual act in exchange for compensation, raw footage of sexually explicit animal mating scenes.
You can't have the Discovery Channel on here?
Fucking guess not.
Wow. Okay.
And sexually suggestive content includes let's take a big breath. Content featuring implied sexual acts, content depicting fetishes, content about sexual scandals, content related to sexual industry, including sex-related content, content discussing sexually and intimate sexual experience, sexual devices, toys, other products intended to enhance sexual activity, content providing advice on sexual performance and recounting stories around performance, content related to the sex industry, including sex-related entertainment.
Well, the reason I asked about this, and yeah, Faithless just said it, unless it's LGBT, way back, the second time everybody got hit for, it was for ads and stuff, when we got hit, put behind all the 18, everybody was basically put behind an 18+ wall, even though they didn't say that. We were put on the where I don't know if you guys remember, so you go look at your videos and it'll only like 3 of them would show up.
Oh, the age restriction.
Yeah, and one of the big problems with that, one of the big reasons they backed down from a lot of that, was the LGBT community and a lot of their videos that were very sexually explicit or very content heavy with things like dildos.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about that.
This
yeah,
is
and go ahead, Scribe.
This is just about advertising?
Yeah, it's just for advertising. They won't get kicked off the platform.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, whatever.
Yeah, so Riley Dennis's video about sex toys and Fortnite should definitely be hit. Because Fortnite, obviously for kids, and sex toys, yeah. But promoting or advocating for harmful health or medical claims or practices includes anti-vaccination or AIDS denialist, non-medical treatment to cure untreatable diseases, content which implies serious medical conditions does not exist, or an elaborate hoax.
How about Desmond? No. Does Desmond if you report on Desmond is amazing, do you lose advertising then?
Probably.
Yeah, I think when it comes to advertisement, they don't fuck around because they want that bread. But hateful content includes content that incites hate against, promotes discrimination, disparages, humiliates an individual or group of people based on the following things: race, ethnicity or ethnic origin, nationality, religion, disability, age, veteran status, sexual orientation, sexual or gender identity, any characteristic associated with systematic discrimination or marginalization.
Huh.
So white people are free game.
Yeah.
What are we allowed to talk about?
Category: content that incites hatred or promotes disparaging blah blah blah, content promoting or glorifying the condoning of violence or others, content that encourages others to believe that a person or group is inferior or worthy of being hated, content promoting hate groups or hate group paraphernalia, content made by or in support of terrorist groups, content that, so any of those Antifa journalists going to get yeeted, content that promotes terrorist acts, including recruitment, content that celebrates terrorism, incendiary or demeaning content that focuses on shaming or insulting an individual or group, content that harasses, content that singles out someone for abuse or harassment, content that suggests a tragic event did not happen, or that the victims or the families are actors. That's directly at Alex Jones. Malicious personal attacks, slander, and defamation.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Guys, now it's your turn. Questions, comments, concerns, throw them into the chat. Now we'll do our best to answer your thoughts as best we can. Yeah, that just really seems like they're like, okay, nothing is monetized anymore.
It gets crazier. It gets crazier. Recreational drug or drug-related content, including cocaine, crystal meth, heroin, marijuana, cocaine substitutes, methadone, legal highs, bath salts, pipes, bongs, cannabis, coffee shops, exchanging tips and recommendation for drug use. But are you ready for the craziest bit? Tobacco-related content.
I'm not surprised with that one.
Cigars.
Hang on. Grizzle asks, does this include hatred against cis white males? I don't know, but that you can get in trouble for that on Twitter now. And there's some people upset about that. Hang on. Go ahead, real quick.
It covers everything: cigarettes, cigars, chewing tobacco, pipes, rolling papers, pens, herbal cigarettes, e-cigarettes, and vaping, and then anything to do with firearms, including 80% lowers, ammunition clips, silencers, ammunition belts, stocks, conversion kits, gun grips, scopes, sights. Scopes. So you're not even allowed to talk about scopes.
Cryptic says, Satsu, since you bought a walk, will you walk this way?
Oh, wow. I didn't realize how far I went into chat time. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Satsu, were you going to dignify that with a response? Satsu?
Oh, look at that. Controversial issues or sensitive events, including political conflicts, terrorism, sexual abuse, war, death, and tragedies. So, yeah, you're not allowed to monetize anything anymore.
So all the news channels are going to be demonetized. Great. And I don't mean us. I mean CNN, NBC, all of them. Is the marijuana ban aimed at Joe Rogan? Probably not. They've actually had rules against talking about drugs for a while. They used to tell you had to be in it couldn't be illegal where you live, but so everyone is gonna. Hey, welcome back. I didn't know you left. Cryptic asked you a question. He said, "Since you bought a walk, will you walk this way?"
Absolutely.
So everyone is going to quit YouTube, I'm guessing is what was meant there. No.
Again, it's my selfishness that brings this out, but I don't give a fuck because it's what helped me get to where I am. I think a lot of people are going to say fuck it and leave the platform, which I'm totally fine with.
No, there's too much exposure. Whatever. I mean, maybe some smaller people who are like commentary channels or things, but the actual big wigs that they actually care about, they won't.
No, not the big wigs, but like people in our genre, people like our size. Like the last time it happened, the first Adpocalypse, a bunch of people left, and I was, more for me, bitch. Bye. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. Can you let people know that I will be running a 7 days open server tonight? There you go, random. There you go. You can get to that server through the link in Satsu's Discord. When did Sinatra become the fourth Lord of the Night? He's just been hanging with us lately. He gets bored, and I'm like, hey, you want to come hang out? And then, what about krill? What?
I don't understand.
Krill?
Isn't that a shrimp or something?
Yeah, I thought it was.
How long until Antifa actually kills someone other than a cop because nobody cares about them for some reason? I'm surprised they haven't already, to be honest with you. With some of the violent attack, like the bike lock thing, that dude is lucky he didn't kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the issue now is they're not getting the level of resistance that they are dishing out yet. But I think if the police keep staying out of it and this shit keeps escalating and they start going from, milkshakes to fucking cement inside of milkshakes to acid and it keeps escalating, eventually it's going to get to that point.
Faithless says cis has always been a pejorative. It has. Well, no, it hasn't, because it used to be just a computer term.
Did you see
it has since
banned for using the word cis on Twitter?
Yeah. I mentioned that a little while ago. You don't listen to me.
Apparently not.
It's like having a second Satsu here.
What?
He doesn't listen to me either. Shut up. Yeah, cis has been the way they use it, but now, you can get in trouble on Twitter. Twitter's been like, well, we don't allow them to say trans, so we can't allow them to say cis. And you can actually get in a lot of trouble for it. Would anyone else want to watch a View-style show starring Marianne Williamson and E. Jean Carroll? Oh, God, no.
I think I'd have to.
I mean, I wouldn't want to, but I'd do it. Marianne Williamson, she was the person on the far left of the debate stage on night 2, and E. Jean Carroll is the one that came out and accused Trump of rape back in the 90s. God, that story was so bad, her talking about that. You're allowed to make video promoting progressive politics and video games featuring Disney princesses and how empowered they are. I'm seriously thinking about just doing a face cam video and putting on makeup every day. Because why not? I'll just be careful not to say too many swear words.
Fuck. What were you just talking about a second before that?
Watching a video or show starring Marianne Williamson, and
I really have a hard time believing she's almost 70. There was a video. There was a video of her dancing, and she was moving like well.
I saw the video you're talking about.
Did you see the video of getting ice cream and putting it back into the freezer?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I just scrolled down and saw that. Like, bitch.
That made me never want to buy ice cream from a store again.
Have you ever had mochi? I got some strawberry and
mochi.
Litchi mochi from the store today. It's great. I have no idea what that is. I can't even say it. What's mochi, Scribe?
It's an Asian dessert. It's kind of like ice cream.
Oh, okay. Nico says, does that mean FPS games are now demonetized? I would imagine so. I imagine any game with guns in it has to be demonetized, right?
How much money does YouTube need to lose before they fucking get their shit together?
Oh, God.
I doubt they make any money to begin with.
I know, but they are acting as a negative to Alphabet. So how much do they need to lose before something happens?
Well, that's the thing. They were finally making money. For the first time, I think it was last year, for the first time, they made money after they introduced Super Chat. And now they're just like, we don't need any money from peoples. Or maybe they realize, hey, that maybe this will make people donate more to creators who get demonetized by us.
No, they lost $70 billion last year.
I'll have to pull up the numbers from when it was, because there was one year they finally went into the black, because they've been losing money year after year after year, and bringing up Super Chat finally put them in the black. And yeah, plus they also had the big dealings with ABC, CBS, NBC for their late night talk show peoples, who, by the way, you guys lose all monetization too. So basically, YouTube will be limited to lipstick melting. Yep, I'm going to do a whole bunch of lipstick melting videos too.
I actually made a second channel where I can just do the random horse shit that'll probably get monetized and hopefully some sort of subsidize of my income.
Frosted Glasses, Satsu, can you name your next cooking video? Get walk, go broke.
Oh, nice.
What?
Like get woke, get walk. There's just no E.
Get walk, go Brock.
Yeah, there's no E on broke. So yeah, get walk, go brock. You could make a stir fry with broccoli in it.
That walk, Brock?
Should I date a woman that can stay home and cook?
Come on.
That is such a weird question. What allows her to stay home and cook? Is her husband paying for it right now?
Are you just dating a woman with a husband who can cook?
What's the dude's name who said he just had milk on his backpack or whatever? What's his Twitter?
Here, I'll send it to you.
Lords of Night, what are your thoughts of places canceling the venues of the hashtag walkaway events, forcing them to struggle to find places to hold the events? I didn't know that was happening.
I heard your notification go off.
I don't really have thoughts on that. Do you got walkaway is the hashtag of black people leaving the DNC or walking away from the Democratic Party. Not sure why they're being canceled. So
I got a pretty good idea.
Oh boy.
Isn't Krill a cult? Yes, the cult of Krill. Does Sinatra have an unofficial Lords of the Night title yet? We gave him one at the beginning. What did we call you? I can't remember.
Lord of Penis Gun.
Penis Gun, that's right. Can Sinatra be Lord of Pejoratives? Anyone else want Scribe to use his side channel to recite his writings? Oh, there you go.
Well, that's kind of what I did today. So I could, but a lot of my writings that I have established are posted in other places, so it'd have to be something completely original. We'll see. I'm still debating on what I'm going to do with that.
Cis was a chemistry term, cis and trans isomers. Thank you. I know it was a science term. What y'all have a favorite documentary? No.
I have several I like, but I guess the one that I've watched the most and I appreciate a lot about is The Smartest Guys in the Room about Enron.
Oh, okay.
I would say yes, but it's not a documentary that's on Netflix or anything. It's actually hardcore history. Dan Carlin's stuff. His documentary about World War I is absolutely amazing.
Satsu, you got a favorite?
Nope.
Okay. Have you seen the quartering roasting Philly B for his video sucking Google's cock? I haven't seen it. I saw he made one. I saw he made it. What, like a 15-minute video about Philly B? What did Marianne Williamson do? Oh, sorry. Did anybody else see his video?
I saw that he uploaded it. I haven't watched it yet.
Scribbles, Satsu?
No.
I saw the thumbnail. I was gonna watch it, but I never did. I never ended up checking it out.
I usually like the Quartering's take, so I'm sure it'll be a good video.
I would like the Quartering's better videos if he would get to his point instead of talking for 9 minutes about nothing.
He do spend a lot of time in the beginning, just like talking shit.
Tim Pool does that too. I understand.
That's why I don't want. Tim Pool does it even worse. At least Jeremy's videos are like at longest 20 minutes, and Tim's like 4 hours of me talking about things before I talk about the thing.
You know, the one thing that really turns me off from Tim's content is the way he repeats everything.
Yeah, he does that a lot. That's what happens when you work without a script sometimes.
He's been choking
on that
pill for 2 years now. He needs to just finally get it over with.
That's what jump cuts are for, my friend. What did Marianne Williamson do? What did she do?
Uses crystals for everything, and everyone knows it.
She had wine with Bill Cosby. I am convinced of that. Does that mean you can't say Cisco Kid? I have no idea. When are you going to be on Parler?
Oh, it's that new social media. Parler's too fed. I'm never using that.
I'm very skeptical about going to any new media because I've watched too many of them just crash and burn.
Yeah.
Look, you don't have to like it, but YouTube is where the audience is, man.
I took a chance putting my heart out there for D Live. I'm just waiting for it to get broken again like it was with Stream.me.
Anyone else wants? Oh, we already read that one as I was scrolling back up because it jumped. Read those one. There we go. Oh, Monopoly's changed his question. Should I date a girl with a job or a woman that could stay home and cook for me?
Girl with the job, because she can come home and cook.
You know what? write an ad looking for a woman who can stay home and cook for me and see how it works out. If you're not going to date somebody that can stay home and cook for you, because hopefully she's already self-sufficient. Now, once you get together, if she wants to, if you have a job good enough that she doesn't have to work, then if she wants to stop working, cool. But you don't just go out looking for a woman that can stay home and cook. You're going to become a sugar daddy immediately. Am I wrong here?
Shelly, are you listening? Learn to cook.
I mean, you're not. You might want to look for a woman who wants to stay home and cook, but as you're looking to find her, hopefully she's self-sufficient. Satsu, are you going to walk the dog?
Show me how to walk.
Are you asking me if I'm going to cook it?
I don't know. That was the question. Are you going to walk the dog?
Just a walk in the dog.
Sure.
And if you don't know how to do it, I will show. Sorry.
Did you see the lead guitar player and singer Dave Mustaine of Megadeth has throat cancer? I didn't. That sucks.
Yes, I saw that. I'm a little torn up about that because I love Dave Mustaine.
Are you a Megadeth fan there, Scribbles?
Who, me?
No, the
Yeah,
other
you.
Scribbles.
Sorry, what? I can't hear you.
Yeah, you.
No, I just saw the story.
Oh, okay. Should I do a video where I give fashion advice? Why not? Lord of Horsecock? No, we're not going there.
Mm-mm-mm.
I missed it. What is Scribble's second channel called? Scribbles, what's your second channel called?
It's called Non-Author Dark. Non-author is all one word. Dark, so Scribe light. Non-author dark. Apparently, I didn't know non-author was a word until I tried to find an antonym for scribe, and apparently somewhere out there that is a word somehow.
Someone said Aerosmith, nice. No, I am not at all quoting Aerosmith. I didn't even know they did that song. That's a Rufus Thomas song.
Rufus.
I love old blues. It's just my shit.
What style, color lightsaber would you wield?
Single blade and a deep blue blade, like a royal blue, not the pansy baby blue.
You can't. You're going to be Sith. We've already discussed this. You have to have red.
You can be a Sith and not have a red lightsaber.
Boo.
Anakin killed younglings with a fucking blue.
Exactly. Yeah, he was Darth Vader with a blue lightsaber.
He wasn't a Sith yet.
Yeah, he was. He took the name Darth. He kneeled before Palpatine, took the name Darth Vader, and then he went off and killed the kids.
Yep.
I'm rolling my eyes because we're talking about prequels.
He invaded the Jedi Temple. 501st. Okay, just making sure you got it right.
Elrond Vader did indeed. Mine would be the classic blue single blade because I'd be a hero.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm going to take the Darth Maul saber.
That's an awesome saber.
So unwieldy. So unwieldy.
Yes, but you can kick ass with it because I took stick and knife fighting for a long time. And you can drop it down to just one blade and have a hilt big enough to like get a space grip in between it and have one blade.
Nobody take the Kylo Ren saber.
What is the Kylo Ren? Oh, the weird cross.
with the little things on the sides that look to cut your wrist off.
You know why those are there?
Cut his hands off?
No. Unless it did. I don't know. I didn't watch any of the new ones. But the idea for that, besides whatever is in the movie, it's the same reason old swords had the same thing. Because it protects your wrist from someone just hitting the blade and sliding down.
Yeah, but
no, you can have a hilt on it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Scribe.
So an actual like physical hilt, yeah, lightsaber would slice right through it down to your wrist or whatever. But that's why you have to be a much better lightsaber wielder to prevent sliding. And also there's like some quasi notion that the blades themselves have a certain amount of weird magical friction to them that prevent the blades from sliding too much. But the thing is, with those little laser spikes coming off the sides, if you turn the sword in your hand the wrong way, you'll slice off your own wrist.
Have you ever like actually used a sword? Like a full-size bastard sword or a hand and a half?
No.
Because I had one for a while. Holding it in your hands and doing that, it is so unlikely that your wrist can crank back far enough to actually cut yourself. You would have to almost get it at a 90-degree angle.
What is possible is to have your hand too close up there and cut it off. If they were going to do that, there should still at least be a metal part there saving his fingers from the damn thing.
Fair enough. And I want to update my answer because someone in the chat had a good point. Maglink. That way you could have two single, put it together, double, and do all that shit.
Oh, like Sarge Ventress? Yeah, okay.
Is Phil DeFranco still worth watching? And can I get a link to that quartering video? I don't have the quartering video up. Just look up the quartering. It'll be his latest video. I still watch Phil from time to time. It's undeniable that Phil always takes YouTube's side. I mean, that's not a shock.
Yeah, I don't watch him.
But I still watch him now and then for news stories that are going on in the day. Guys, don't forget to come watch us over on 2 Cents Plus. Hopefully, we'll be able to be streaming here in just about 15, 20 minutes. Can Tim Pool ever make just one video where he doesn't interrupt himself by saying, look, no, it's his thing.
That is his thing.
Catchphrase.
Yeah.
Catchphrase.
I've actually caught myself doing it because I say look often. And because of Tim Pool's like, I gotta stop saying that shit. Oh God, chat jumped big that time. Are Far and Polydub together? Because the way he talks about her reminds me of an old married couple. Not as far as I know. You'd have to ask them, and I have no knowledge of that. Have you ever had a drink called UFO? It's a mixture. It's a mixed mellow yellow drink. No.
No, that doesn't sound too good either.
Nope.
I like mellow yellow, but mellow yellow is like less sweet Mountain Dew with a lot more acid in it. How many are going to see Spider-Man Far From Home next week? No.
Maybe if I have the opportunity. I'm not rushing out, but I'm not completely averse to seeing it.
I'm not going to go to theaters.
I'm not saying we won't go to theaters to see it, but I'm not rushing to go see it the day it comes out or anything because, dear Christ.
And that's fucked up, too, because I like Tom Holland and his portrayal of Spider-Man, but I'm not going to pay to go see it.
I don't. Spider-Man's not supposed to look 10.
Dude, Monkey, we're not going to do this.
Don't. Because you'll be wrong.
No. He looks like more of an adult than what's-his-face did.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Even Toby looked older than him.
No, he didn't.
Spider-Man started out as like a 14-year-old.
No.
Yeah.
He was in high school.
No.
So Tom Holland's we're not doing this.
When Spider-Man started out, he was like in his junior year of high school.
Okay. You know what? I'm looking this up. He was 13 years old.
Look it up. I have the original books.
According to The Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3, number 1, he was 13 or he was 15 at the time.
Yeah.
The Amazing Spider-Man what?
Number 1.
Volume 3.
I don't know. It's just what Google said when I typed
Yeah.
it. Spider-Man 8 written, according to
Yeah.
Spider-Man Volume 3, number 1, published in April, blah, blah, blah. Peter was bitten by a spider 13 years ago and was previously established that he was around 15 at the time.
You know,
Around
we'll
15. He's 16.
look at what he was in Amazing Fantasy number 15 from, what was it, 63 or whatever it was. That is the original. So whatever that says.
Amazing Fantasy.
I believe it was 15.
Peter.
You know, I can go with 15. Younger than that, no. He was in high
Tom
school.
Holland is not younger than that.
Tom Holland looks like he's 10.
Just because you think he does.
In Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man movie, Tony Stark said, people are crazy like recruiting a 15-year-old. So he's 15 in the movies.
He looks 10.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. And that's going to wrap it up, guys, because it's 11 o'clock. Chat, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. It's been an interesting one. Don't watch Spider-Man. It sucks.
Watch it.
Thank you for the donation.
Any of the
Shut
other
up.
movies.
Shut up, you bastard.
No.
Thank you for the questions, comments, and concerns. Thank you for those too. Thank you for the super chats and the Streamlabs. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate those. Don't forget to come watch us over on 2 Cents Plus. Hopefully in a few minutes. Hopefully everything will run tonight. We'll be back at it in our Borderlands seed. A lot of fun over there. No, we're not open box functional. Don't forget to check out Sinatra on Sinatra Says, Sinatra Live, Creepson,
That's
all of
still
his channels.
live,
Make sure you. What's that?
The Creepson stream is still live, and I haven't put anything on it yet. But if you search Sinatra Second, that's my second channel.
There you go. Sinatra, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you.
Scribbles, Satsu, a pleasure as always, gentlemen. Everybody, have a wonderful night. Your lives make us sad, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Tom Holland is better than any of the other ones.
Tom Holland.